Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014 and this is my Guardians of Light Sweet 60. This is probably my second favourite deck in the whole game. I'm in love with this deck. I love Angels, I love Auras, I love both those themes together, and this has a really good mix of both, to be honest. Not enough Angels in my opinion. I'd love to see a pure Angel deck. If anybody's seen one, let me know. That would be just awesome. But this was one of the hardest ones to do, in my opinion, because, I mean, in essence, you could make this deck 80 cards, and it would still be awesome, because there's so many good cards. There really is. It's like the hard thing to do is like, oh, I've got to take that one out, but I really want it, and you've got to get it down to 60 just so that it runs smoother, and it's very difficult, I promise you. So I got 21 creatures, 16 other, and 23 land. I don't really know if this deck's going to be appreciated because, to be honest, like I said, I found it really difficult. But I hope you guys you like what I've done with this. It runs really smoothly for me, so let me know what you think. Anyway, so enchantments. I've got 16 enchantments in this deck, and that might be too many, but it's actually only one of each. I was going to put like 2 of one and then take another one out, but every enchantment in a way has its use. So I've got Lifelink. It only costs 1, but it's good for example, Core Spirit Dancer. She's the ultimate creature you want to be enchanting. Every time you enchant her, she gets +2/2, and you cast an aura spell, you draw a card. So you have to have 3 of her in there. She's probably the most functional card in this whole deck. She really is amazing. Ajani Sunstriker, she already has Lifelink, only costs 2 for a 2/2, so another nice one you can enchant or just use for Lifelink. This one isn't amazing, it's 2 for 3/1, it dies easily, but it's just a filler, if anything. It was either her or Messer Enchantress. Now that's the same as Core Spirit Dancer, but not as good. If you look, you draw a card, it's a 0/2, she's cheaper, but she gets a +2/2 as well. So that one there is a waste of time if you ask me. Daybreak Coronet, you have to enchant a creature that's already enchanted, but if you do, they get 3/3, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. That's basically white in a nutshell. Amazing. Spirit Mantle, I wanted to put 2 of these in, but I wanted to put 2 of every enchant in. You just can't do it. It's too many. So 1/1 and protection from creatures, so they can't be blocked, and if you block, you can't die, and you can't be targeted by a creature's abilities. So it's amazing. Divine Favor. You gain 3 life, target creature gets 1/3, so good. Pacifism, again, I would have liked to have run 3 of these. I may still do. It's really the only control in the deck, and it's so difficult to run 3 of them and not go over 60 because there's so many other cards. Like, I don't want to sacrifice creatures because my creature count is already quite low, and the other enchantments, I can't help but feel that I need them, so I'm going to have to rely on a bit of luck when I play this deck, I think, hopefully. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Nomad Mythmaker, you can get auras back from your graveyard, which is very handy, because I only have like 1 of each aura, so if a creature dies with an aura attached to it, I can get it back. This guy's also a really great one to enchant, because he's got flying and double strike. So, I mean, you get him up to 6/6, that's doing 12 damage every turn. Do you know what I mean? Amazing. Auramancer, you get cards back from your graveyard. Amazing. Now this card, you have to think a little with this one. It's got a lovely tactic attached to it. Enchant creature. All damage that would be dealt to target creature is done to... all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Now there's 2 ways you can use this. You can either make one of your own creatures indestructible and then attach this to it. So if you figure that out, you'll never die while that's up, because any damage that's done to you is done to this creature, and this creature never dies. So you'll never take a point of damage while you do that combo. The other combo, if you don't have that available at the time, is attach this to a strong enemy creature. So when they try and damage you, that enemy creature takes the brunt of the damage and could be killed, or they just won't attack you because they don't want to kill their creature. So there's 2 ways of using that card, hence why I had to put it in there. Griffin Guide, simple, it's an old card, +2/2, and when it dies you get a 2/2 Griffin. Amazing. This one I wasn't going to put in, because I was just too focused on the enchantments, but then I realised I need some form of like enchantment destroyal, or you know, at least slowing them down. So the enemy's artifacts and enchantments cost 2 more, and when you sacrifice it, you can destroy an artifact or enchantment. So that's fantastic. Sarah's Boon, I love the artwork on this. It's gorgeous. Enchant creature gets +1/+2. I was gonna take this out because it's not a very, excuse me, it's not a very high enchant. But if you do it on a non-white creature, hence an enemy, it gets -2/-1. So I would have put more on those, and I would have put more of those if it did -2 on the defense because it has more chance of killing creatures. But I put it in anyway. I like that card. This one's amazing. Not sure about the artwork. Don't know what the fuck that is. I think it's some form of a dragon or something. But prevent all damage that would be dealt to Dawn Elemental, so it can't be killed through damage. So whether that's burn spells or combat damage, it can only be exiled or, you know, like crowd controlled, but it can't be damaged. This card's amazing. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, you put a 2/2 white cat creature token. You can attach your enchantment to that creature if you want to. I usually don't, but it's good to make tokens. Tokens are always good in decks. Absolutely love the artwork on this one. It's stunning. I should print some of these off and put them on my wall because I like them that much. Flying, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Seraph of the Sword, a bit like the other guy, the Dawn Elemental. Now, I really should put either that one or that one, shouldn't I? It's exactly the same. Do you know, if I had to choose, I would choose the Angel any day because it's so much nicer. But having them both on the field, of course, that would be great, so I don't mind having them both. Healer of the Pride. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Now, there's an achievement in this game where you get over 100 life, you get an achievement. This is the deck to do it with. I'll show you why at the end. Seasoned Marshal. It's a bit expensive for a 2/2, but she has that ability to tap target creature when she attacks, a bit like the, what was it called? Oh, I can't remember, but from 2013, the guy with the whips. So yeah, that's not a bad card. I would have put 2 in there, but it's a 4, so I didn't bother. This card is absolutely stunning. Another one I like the artwork for. It's amazing. Enchanted creature gets 4/4, flying and first strike, and is an angel in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, return this to your hand. So yeah, why wouldn't you put that in? I'm surprised there's only one of these in the deck, but there we go. Amazing card. Another amazing card, Armored Ascension. Creature gets +1/1 for each planes you control and has flying. So it's going to have at least 4/4 because it costs 4 to put it up there. So yeah, think about it. Not bad. Retether. I don't know if this is situational or not, but I guess I would use this. Return each aura card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Only creatures can be enchanted this way. So you have to take all of the auras out of your graveyard that can attach to creatures and then just attach them. Amazing. A totem guide. Enter the battlefield, you search your library for an aura card, reveal it, put it in your hand and shuffle. So it's a good way of getting auras if you haven't got any in your hand at the moment or going for a particular one. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Now I love this card. This was in the blue and white deck of last year, and blue and white are my favourite colours, but that deck was just not strong at all, unfortunately for me. So I'm glad they brought it back. It's amazing. Whenever you cast an enchantment, you put a 4/4 angel creature token. So you can imagine how strong that can be. You know, when you pair that up with Retether, if you had the Sigil of the Empty Throne and did a Retether, you could have, you know, up to 16 different angels on the field if you had them all. It's very unlikely, but you could. This one has got a gorgeous animation on it. When you look at it in the game, it all kind of flows around and stuff. It's got landfall, 6/6 flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may exile target non-land permanent other than Admonition Angel. So whenever you play a land, you can exile a card on the field. That's amazing. But when she leaves the field, return all the cards. So it can be a double-edged sword, but still a good card. Aura Touched Mage. When he comes on the field, search your library for an aura card and then enchant it, attach it to Aura Touched Mage. Otherwise, reveal the aura card and put it into your hand. So if he gets destroyed in that process, you still get to keep the aura card. Celestial Mantle. This one has a gorgeous animation on it as well. All the diamonds sparkle. I love the artwork on that card. It's stunning. Enchanted creature gets +3/3. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, double your life total. So if you had 10 life, you go up to 20, then you go to 40. Then 80 and 160. You can get thousands of life with this card. You know? Amazing. And the final one, it only costs 6. It's not bad for an end game card. Creatures you control have double strike and lifelink. So that's a game-winning card again. So all in all, I know that there are a lot of auras that I'm missing. I'll go through them quickly. I told you about here. Now this card I like, but I didn't have space for it, I'm afraid. You know, searching for enchantments. If you haven't made a 60 deck properly, you shouldn't have to do this. You shouldn't have to look for enchantment. You know, you should be drawing these enchantments because there's only 60 cards in the deck, of which nearly a third of them is enchantments. So you should be finding them. You don't need this card, in my opinion. It just weighs the deck down. It's just another card to search through. It's another 3 mana to spend. You don't need it. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong. The same for this one. You do get 3 aura cards for 5 mana. But again, that's 5 mana you could be spending on something else. If you've built the deck right, you should be drawing auras. And if your auras are attached to your creatures, you should be attacking, you know, and summoning more strong creatures. Evangelize, gain control of target creature. Don't need that. It's not a white thing if you ask me. Purity. This card is only really good against fire decks or burn decks or damage spells, in my opinion. Not the strongest of 6/6s flying. There was a better one which I put in, to be honest. It is a good card, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have space for it personally. Don't like that card. Exile all creatures. I don't like doing bad things to myself. Unless, I mean, you could activate it when you had no creatures on the board, and it would be good, I guess, but still not for me. I wish I could put that in. If I can find a space, I may do in the future. Same for that. This one was good as well. I mean, this is what I was telling you about. These auras are so good. I wish I could put them all in, but I just can't. When Unquestioned Authority enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has protection from creatures. So that's like just a stronger version of Spirit Mantle. You get the extra draw card as well, but you don't get the bonus 1/1. I've got one of those in. This one was nice. Lovely. I love the artwork. It's all Ajani style artwork, but it's 4 for 3/3. There are better enchants out there for 4. For example, this one. I wish I'd put more of these in as well. 4 for 1/1 and flying for each plane you control. So yeah, that's better if you ask me. Now this is kind of a life gain deck, not really, but kind of, so I was tempted to put these in. I mean, if I was going to put it in any deck, it'd be this one, but again, I had to cut them just because of the amount of enchants that are available. You've seen that one, you've seen that one, you've seen that one. See, out of 4 pacifisms, I can't believe I'm only running 1. I might have to change that, but what would I take out instead? I mean, you guys have to give me advice on this one, I'm afraid. I don't know. Again, for this one, it's 3 for a 1/1. It does have flash. And it does enchant all of your enchanted creatures, I think. Yeah, it does. So it's not a bad card. I might look for a space for that at a later date. Seen that one. And this Dawnstrike Paladin, it's 5 for a 2/4. Okay, it does have Vigilance and Lifelink, but it's so easy to kill a 2/4. You just block it with 2 2s. And one of the 2s doesn't die, so it seems to me like a bit of a backwards card, really. I don't know. If it was like a 3/3, it would be better. A 4/4 for 6, then I probably would. But a 2/4 for 5, no, I don't think that's worth it. So I didn't leave that one in, unfortunately. So there you go, guys. There's my Sweet 60 for Guardians of Light. I hope this gives you an idea of how you can build this deck. It's a very, very difficult deck to get down to 60, I promise you. Let me know how your 60s go. I'll be interested to see what you guys run instead. Obviously, leave comments in the comment section. I'll try and answer everyone if I can. Also, don't forget to rate and subscribe. It really, really helps. And follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. All the links are on my channel. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.